there, and welcome to Magecraft. If you have come here as a gamer looking for information on mages in the gaming arena, the gaming field, you're in the wrong place. I'm sorry about that. But if you have come here looking for information on mages in the real world, you're in the right place, and I welcome you. My name is Angelique, I live in Johannesburg, and I am a mage apprentice. I have been a mage apprentice for perhaps the past 6 months. Before that, I was just practicing magic on my own. Before that, I was really just learning some things related to witchcraft, etc, etc. And at a stage, I realized what I'm practicing is not really witchcraft anymore. And I started looking for a teacher to teach me how to become a mage. On this channel, I would like to talk about all things related to mages and magecraft and magic, obviously, as well as some business aspects related to magic. For example, how could you be a mage and use your skills to make money in the real world? For example, in the future, I'd like to talk about the International Council of Mages, but that's for a future video, not for right now. And I would also like to discuss with you, perhaps if you're interested in becoming a mage, where would you start? I also am going to discuss things like, I'm going to be brutal at some points. I'm going to discuss things like having to deal with rejection, having to deal with family, having issues with what you're doing, having to deal with the religious connotation of magecraft and mages and spellcasting being evil. Yeah, I'd like for us to talk about all those things, and I hope that you will stick around and learn with me. I intend to post some things that I learned from my teacher. I won't be posting everything, but I do intend to every now and then share some things that I'm learning from my teacher that I think will be beneficial to everybody, or that will open your mind to a new way of thinking, or that will give you some insight into something that I think people might be struggling with. So yeah, that's the idea behind this channel. I have looked around and I'm not finding anything specifically for mages. There are lots of, sorry, that's wrong. I'm not finding anything specifically for mages in the real world. Yes, there are lots of channels talking about mages and magecraft, but it's all in the gaming world. And this is not what this is about. We'll just be talking about mages in the real world. I also thought it would be a good idea if I told you where to start, or at least how I got started. And then from there on, you can pave your own way. So, to begin with, I guess I've always been interested in magic, but for the better part of my life, I was someone's daughter, and it was quite a religious setting, and all things magic was considered evil. Sorry, I say a lot. It's just a speaking habit. All things magic were considered evil and from the devil, so yes, I had to keep that part of myself a secret. But a few years ago, maybe 2 years ago, something happened, and I no longer need to keep this a secret, and I can be open about how I want to be seen in the world, how I want to represent myself in the world. So I cannot be open about that. And with that, I have really embraced this idea of magic and mages. I actually quite think that it's possible to make a career of it in this day and age. But I will leave that for you to decide for yourself later on. So, how I started was, I was first looking at witchcraft. I would say I was first dabbling in witchcraft, probably. But very soon, I realized that what I was practicing was not exactly witchcraft. It dawned on me that witches do things that I'm not doing, and I'm doing things that witches are not doing. And although I know the spectrum of witchcraft is like so wide, and there are so many witches in the world, and everybody kind of have their practice a very unique flavor of witchcraft. I understand that, but I definitely feel that there are certain things that witches do not do that mages do, and vice versa. So as we go on this journey, we can talk about these things, and you'll see what I'm getting at. Alright, so I started being interested in witchcraft. Then I thought I was going to be a green witch for a while. 2 weeks. I was interested in a green witch path. And then I realized that this was not exactly what I was doing, and it was not exactly what I'm interested in. So I developed it a little bit more on my own. Very soon I became interested in Seidr, or should I say Seidr? That is the Norse version of witchcraft. And yes, so that really appealed to me. What is being done, the way it is practiced, it really appealed to me. But then on the other hand, there are not really any surviving resources from the ancient days that we can say, oh, this is actually how it was done. So Seidr today is just kind of made up by people that are practicing it. So not made up, what I mean is like the resources that you find is made up by people that are practicing it, and they're following their intuition by learning from the sagas, right? So that's mainly what Seidr is today. So since I got really interested in it, I asked the universe to give me a teacher. I asked the universe that I really want to do this seriously, as in like a passion, as in like my career. So I asked for a teacher. And I did get a teacher. That's the amazing thing. I did get a teacher. So this is what I want to say. So if you're interested in starting and you've already looked at witchcraft and you're realizing that's not exactly what you want to do, you could look at online resources. But there isn't a lot specifically just for mages. There you'll find a lot for alchemy. You'll find a lot about You'll find a lot of information about crystals. You'll find a lot of information about, or should I say, information on tarot reading, like how to, right? Courses, tarot reading, scrying, crystal ball. There are lots of things like that, but there's nothing specific just for mages. So what I'm getting at is there isn't like a book just for mages. There's hermetic material, there are material for alchemists, but there's nothing specific that says this book is for mages and what we practice in here is just magecraft. There is not something like that. Okay, so but you can look. If you find something, please let me know too. But yeah, so the teacher was my best option, but there is also another option, and I actually think they might have volumes of books ready for you to use. There is a school in Russia. It's called Menshikova School for Mages, and they do have online courses. So if you are not in Russia, obviously, it's still an option for you. So you have actually 3 options. I've given you 3 options if you're interested in becoming a mage or just starting out as a mage apprentice. There's the online school. You can find a teacher, or you can go at it yourself. Either way, I think this channel and what I'm trying to do here is a good place for you to start. So just for the beginning, maybe keep in touch, hang around, learn with me, and let's take this journey of becoming mages in the modern world, real life mages in the modern world. Let's take this journey together. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you soon.